you.
This is not your phone, is it?
Oh, no, it's not. You're lost. Yeah.
That's okay. This is Kenzie. Are you the ones I dropped off early this morning? Here, I'm gonna get you to text me the address. I have a rider with me right now, and after I finish dropping her off, then I'll make my way over. So, are you ready to take my number down? Okay, so my number is... That's right, yeah. So, and then 825-734-8224. You got it, yeah, and I'll get that text on my end here. Thanks, dear. Okay, thanks. Bye. Hi.
Hi. Someone lost their phone?
They may have dropped it on the way out, yeah. So we'll get that back to them.
Yeah.
Quick update for you, my dear. I do an unusual event, my Uber, where I live stream. So, just
cool.
wanted you to have a heads up so you don't share things that you're like, oh, I didn't want to say that online or whatever.
Okay.
Two, I like the hot pink on your nails.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And those two are brothers, weren't they? I was like, they look so much like brothers.
They are brothers. Yeah,
They
it's my
are
boyfriend's brother.
Nice, okay. You know, when you have that similarity, I'm like, yeah, you guys are related.
Yeah. I've only met his brother a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, he's nice.
Very cool. And you're Caitlin. I'm Biniam.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
How long have you been Ubering?
I started 5 years ago.
Oh, cool.
And I took a break for about 3 years. And I'm just coming back to it again.
Yeah, you like it?
I love it.
That's awesome.
I do like it, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
I'm just a little bit enthusiastic about the job.
That's awesome.
Thank you. You know, you find some surprising work contexts that, I mean, you knew you'd enjoy it, but sometimes you're like, I didn't think I'd like it this much. Here we are.
You meet a lot of different people.
You do.
It's really interesting.
You do, yeah.
Aww.
And one of my principles is I'm not on the phone when I have a rider with me, right?
Yeah.
But it's happened twice now in the same morning. So earlier this morning, I was driving sort of like the bar crew home, and I was coming down and I just came upon an accident. No one was at the accident, but the car was just kind of like abandoned and just kind of blocking the road.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, we should report this because someone could like crash into this car here. So I was on the phone with 911 this morning, and then I was still on the phone with them when I pulled up to pick up the couple of ladies I was driving. I'm like, oh, I'm breaking my rule of not being on the phone, but here we are.
Yeah.
And then now here you come in. I'm like, I'm not on the phone usually. By principle.
Twice in one morning.
Oh man, I tell ya. But there's circumstances sometimes that just are beyond our control. So
Was the accident like everyone was okay? Hopefully there was nobody there.
there was no one in the vehicle at all. So it was like, you know, one of those nicer cars. And I'm wondering maybe someone who probably just overestimated their skill in the conditions and
Maybe.
had a bad, like the rear wheel was missing, for example. It sort of somehow been yanked off somehow. It looked like the whole area was just, they'd hit the side banks quite a few times, I think. Yeah, it was really interesting and suspicious as well.
A little bit.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, thankfully, I mean, if there was someone there, I would have definitely stopped by. But there was no one. So I'm guessing they kind of maybe freaked out and just bailed and took off or something.
Called friends or something.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was really weird. Unexpected too, right? You're like, oh, that should be reported right there because, well, it was on a 2-lane on a bridge, and the car was kind of backed into like across the 1 lane. So anyone coming around the corner, there was a likelihood that it could cause further mayhem. And so it's like, let's get this cleared out before someone else adds to it.
What time do you usually start in the mornings? Like, have you been working overnight?
I usually work overnight on the weekends, but last night I was responsible. No, I worked all day yesterday.
Yeah.
And so I was in bed on time, as opposed to the option of going dancing, which I love to take up. Oh my goodness. So I was in bed on time, and I woke up at 2 o'clock to start my shift.
Oh my gosh, so early.
It was early, but I usually, theory is if I start earlier, I can finish earlier.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Exactly.
Potentially.
Yeah. When do you usually finish then?
So I usually go from 12 to 14-hour days.
That's a long time still, but like to be driving in this weather too.
It seems like it, but I've driven for years. Like I'm a commercial driver. I've driven in other settings like longer time periods, so it doesn't seem as strenuous.
Yeah.
So I enjoy driving because it's very active, and that's how I keep fit. Just kidding.
I mean, it's like mental.
It is
least,
mental,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
You're totally right. No, I enjoy driving. I enjoy people, and I think what I like about the job, Caitlin, is I get to do it my way.
Yeah.
You know, I like to bring my own flair to it. I get to make an experience that
Yeah.
I enjoy, and
I
get
love
to.
it.
Yeah, I know, me too. So it makes it worth my while.
Yeah. I love when I like talk to people who enjoy what they're doing. And
I
you can tell
agree.
they're happy doing it.
I
Like,
agree.
That's the spice of life.
Yeah. And it's fun when you can see other people when they're discovering that too.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes I don't know. For some people, it may be like they didn't think that there was an option to try and explore what that is. And so for some, they may have just settled for a while, and then all of a sudden, when someone's like, "Actually, you don't have to. Like, there's more output for."
Yeah. It's what you make of it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's very
And
cool.
it's taken me a while to find
Yeah.
because I'm very specific and picky and.
Good.
Yep.
You should be.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I should be, and even that took me time to figure out.
Mhm.
Because when you're picky, it's almost like you're saying, I want to enjoy the world on my terms.
Mhm.
But that means you have to know yourself well enough
Yes.
to know what it is that you do like,
Exactly.
and that takes investment of energy.
Yeah. Well, and then exploring the things you don't like too, right?
Absolutely.
Helps with that. So just
Yeah.
trying different things. And being like, oh, that's not for me,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh golly, you've got quite a string of those.
Yeah.
I totally do. Yes.
What did you do before Uber and that?
So immediately.
Commercial driving.
Yes. So when it came to Uber, I was teaching English,
Oh,
which
really?
I thoroughly loved. Like I
Yeah.
love teaching, so that wasn't a mismatch there. I loved what I did. But when I started doing Uber, I'm like, oh crap, I like this one even more.
Really?
I know, isn't that
You're a
crazy?
people person.
I'm a people person.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a people person. Yes, I I can't deny that.
Yeah.
So I
That's
enjoy.
refreshing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's in this setting here. I think what really drew me to really invest in this opportunity was I have my classroom with my students, which I loved investing in. But in this job here, I get to meet the world basically, and I get to meet all different age groups.
Yeah.
I mean, I interact really well with kids and
Yeah.
teens, and I've learned a lot of those skills, and I love the opportunity to really sew in. But I also have ambitions in this role here where I can impact like so many more people in the world, and hence why I love doing what I do with live streaming and creating videos. I like exporting good ideas. I like curating context in which people are like, oh, this is like a really good setting, you know, and so that means a lot to me.
And where do you live stream on?
On YouTube.
Do you have a channel?
I do.
Can I follow you?
Absolutely. Let me
Do you
give you
have
my
Instagram
card.
as well?
I have all the things.
Oh, amazing.
This is
Oh,
my card here, dear.
yeah. That is so cool.
You know, I just put that together in my spare time because I had
That's
nothing.
fantastic.
Thank
I just
you.
love that. Like you're making it your own. You're
I
just like,
am.
that's
I
so cool.
am. Absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing.
It is by design.
I love it.
Thank
I'll
you.
give you a follow. That's awesome.
Thank you, dear. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What makes you tick in life?
What's that, sorry?
What makes you tick?
Ooh, well, I like community and people and
Nice.
collaborating. That's probably the biggest thing for me is
Yeah.
like a sense of collaborating with people to create something.
Yeah.
I'm a massage therapist.
Cool.
So yeah, my whole job is working with people. But
Yes.
one of my favorite things is like building that sense of community.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what
Very
makes
cool.
me tick, I think, in that regard.
My friends have informed me definitively that I have skill with massaging. So whenever we get together, they enjoy sitting at in my vicinity and
Yeah.
saying Biniam.
Yeah,
And I'm
nice.
more than happy. And recently I joined the Burning Man community here, and one of their principles is gifting, of course. So
Yeah.
that's one of the really active ways that I have enjoyed gifting is massaging, to the extent that I even bought a massage table, and I took that to the festivals and all. So yeah, apparently I'm indefatigable. That's a funny word.
What's the word?
Indefatigable. It means
Okay, yes.
it doesn't get tired. My fingers just don't get tired,
Yeah.
and so it's been a really meaningful way. And I'll tell you what I really appreciate about what you do. Um, for me, it's a way I enjoy connecting, as you know.
Yeah.
But most of the times, the way I connect is intellectually and emotionally,
Yes.
and I do that with enthusiasm and on purpose, right? It's just a form of intimacy. And then massage for me is like an extension of all of that connecting that says, let me take you all holistically
Yes.
and incorporate touch as well, which is also a really key part of connecting.
Yeah.
And I mean, we also have to figure out how to do it with like appropriately and
Absolutely.
safely and so on like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah,
But-
but it's like integrating that whole mind-body connection, and then you don't always realize either when it comes to your body, like
Yeah.
stress, like how that lives in your body, and how that
Yeah.
can accumulate. So,
Yeah. And even just
Yeah.
the form of what touch does in social community when you're creating community and
Yeah.
saying, how can we do this in a way whereby there's consent on display, but also that other element that says, here's what safe touch looks like.
It's safe. Yeah.
Absolutely. Here's what
Yeah.
affirming touch looks like.
Mhm.
Here's what it means to be able to engage physically without having to be fearful that
Mhm.
things are going to be abused or in ways that
Exactly.
a lot of people have had that
Yeah.
experience, right? So it can be
Yes.
very healing,
Yeah.
which is an amazing gift.
It is. It's very beautiful.
I agree.
Yeah.
How long have you done that for?
Not too long. Well, I just graduated in February.
Yeah.
And then my second year, so it's a 2-year program
Yeah.
full time.
Yeah.
And in my second year of schooling, I was working at another clinic.
Yeah.
And then that clinic closed down. So
Okay.
I guess I've been massaging in terms of work
Yeah.
for over a year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in terms of being registered
Yeah.
from school, it's been since February.
Okay. Okay.
So it's still new. I
Yeah.
still feel like I have so much to learn, but that's kind of why I like it as well.
I've talked to enough massage therapists to understand there's a whole world that is still like I acknowledge
Yeah.
it is a lot going on
Yeah,
there.
that keeps it interesting as well. And
Yeah.
like to maintain your registration, you have
Yeah.
to keep taking courses.
Yeah.
So it's and like that's all of it like continuously. So it's yeah, it keeps you on your toes.
Mm.
But even like the thing is too, like everyone is so different in terms of how their body responds and how their mind responds.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, lots of learning and lots of change.
In the context of your studies, did you guys have to give each other massages?
Oh yeah.
Which made class a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, yeah, very, very hands-on. So, and then we also had student practicum. So I worked
Yes.
out at the student clinic as
Okay.
well,
Okay.
which was nice.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Where do you hope to see this go for you?
Eventually, well, I want to have my own private practice.
Yeah.
Like I would love to just honestly have like a little space from home.
Yeah.
But I also, there's other things I want to incorporate into massage.
Mm.
So looking more at like somatic movement,
Yeah.
working with people who have a lot of trauma
Yeah.
or special needs,
Yep.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just on the right down
On the
the
right.
alleyway here.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, sort of building onto that.
Yep.
And then,
Specializing kind of.
yeah, but I do really like working with people who have experienced trauma or do have special needs. Like
Mhm.
being able to provide a safe space for them
Mhm.
to reconnect with their body. It's
Mhm.
really,
The ratio of men to women in this industry, is it pretty equal or is there still
I think there's probably more female massage therapists,
yeah.
but I do know some males, but I think it's harder for males in the
yeah.
industry, right? Unfortunately.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
But this is my stop. Thank you so much.
My
It was
pleasure.
really lovely to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you as well,
And
dear.
I'm gonna give you a follow on social media.
I
Have
hope-
fun with your stream.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you. Drive safe.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye. Tell me, guys, do I not get the best of riders in my Uber? Like, yeah. What a quality conversation, right? An interesting perspective, to be certain. Yeah. That was Caitlin. She seemed nice. Oh, she is sweet, yes. And looks like she's on her way to work. Yeah, she's in. Good. I just like making sure before I pull away that they are in their destination, and that's good. Yeah, she was delightful and wonderful. Hudson, I have a feeling you and I are going to get Yeah, like I already know I like having you here. Thank you for being here. And everyone else, of course, too. But yeah, I appreciate when I have long-term connections uh, that are still around. It's wonderful. We vibe. We vibe in good ways. No, that was a good ride, wasn't it? All right. I'm supposed to look up for. I'm supposed to be at a certain place at 11. It's today, right? Yeah. And I don't know why it's not taking me there yet. It should. I should start heading there. Let me just make sure I'm supposed to be where I'm supposed to be. This is up there, so I'm gonna go up the hill. Yeah. Let me start heading up that way, and they'll probably kick in here. I just have a reservation coming up here, so it's a good drive up that way. Let me share with you guys my road view. Maybe that might be also entertaining. And you guys can ask questions or share ideas or comments while I'm doing so. Let me turn this around here. So this is what we call, this area here is called Kensington. It's a really vibing place. People usually come down here for coffee. This is one of the main streets here that we're facing, but Kensington is a little bit further in the direction we're heading. And so, yeah. Right now we're just seeing the beautiful rear end of a truck. He was going down the alley in front of me, and so he was having trouble, but so it's a little bit foggy here today, just a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see the sun rise, or I mean the sun's up already. It's been up for a while, but it's kind of like hidden in the fog, and it's fairly bright here in Calgary, but yeah. It's minus 14, so it's still a little chilly. Some of these intersections are really kind of crazy and snarly, so if you don't know where you're going, it can seem quite confusing, but having traveled these roads quite a bit, there's more confidence in which pathway I have to take, which is nice. I was just reflecting on that earlier ride I had with the elder woman. Her name is Eulogy, I think, or Yolanda. That's right. And she was just blown away that I would even help her not only unload her groceries from the cart, but also to her door. And I mean, she was sharing how hard times are, and she was just, trying to. It seemed like she was trying to hold the fort down economically. And I mentioned all that just because she felt compelled to give me a tip, like a really generous tip. And I tried saying, no, it's my pleasure to serve, and I'm happy to serve, and it's not necessary to tip me. Like I'm good. And I don't know. She was more insistent. She was more insistent, saying no. She wanted me to have that tip as a way for her to express her appreciation, even from the midst that she didn't have a lot to give. And I found that, I don't know, it makes the tip very meaningful, right? When you know it's being given out of sacrifice, and even when you know that they really, really want you to have that tip as a way of them showing their appreciation for the service. So it just, I don't know, it's experiences like these, friends, that continue to confirm for me why it's important to consistently show up and bring value and honor those who we get to share space with, and look for ways of how we can make someone's life better, right? It's just a beautiful opportunity to do all that, and I'm so grateful that I get a steady stream of it. And I'm also grateful that I get this opportunity, like I say, to showcase what that looks like, so you guys can see that in real time and hopefully be encouraged in the same way. Hutton says, "You're genuinely so inspiring to me. You make me want to be a better man. You deserve the tips for sure." Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Someone left their phone in my vehicle earlier, and so they're asking me if I could return it, which I'm happy to do. The only thing is, I'm committed to a couple of rides first that I'm responsible for, and so yeah. And I see her over here. Okay, I think I can make this work. I might be able to drop the phone off on the way to my pickup here. Let's do that. I like that idea. Yeah, let's do that. Which means I need to be in the right lane over here. Ooh. Turn here. I'm gonna try here. I'll turn one more over here. Ooh, one more lane to cross over. Yeah, I think we can do this. Let's see. I just gotta remember where her house is and how I got there. Turn right over ahead here. Yeah, this is gonna work. This might work really well in my favor. Just have to remember where to turn up ahead here. Trying to remember where I was before. Sometimes it's challenging because my memory is not my greatest asset, but yeah, I think I know this. Phone this is now. So I want to turn right over here. Yeah. This gas station has really cheap gas, so I need to come back here later to get gas here, because that's a really good price that this gas station is offering. If I remember correctly, I think her location is up ahead here. I'm going to quickly run out and give her the phone and then come back again. Street, yeah, this is the one here. Okay, let me pull up right over here and then run in. This is the place, I believe. Yeah, let me just see here. Yeah, this is it. I'll be right back, friends. 1 second. Yay! We made it. We made it. I got the phone to her, and she was so appreciative. And we can hustle off to our pickup now. Yeah, she was super appreciative, and I'm glad it worked out because it was just right on my way here. And I don't have to do that later now, which is wonderful. Sometimes people forget their things in the vehicle, and the nice thing with the Uber app is that it gives you the option of being able to call the driver back, or you get in touch with them and to send them a message, and then Uber will kind of try to reconnect us and get the lost item or forgotten item back to them. So it is a bit of work, you know, sometimes because you kind of have to go off schedule. Yeah, let me just turn the camera here so you guys can see me. Yeah, it is a bit of work where you have to go off the clock and then go find them and give it back to them. But in my economy, it's just part of what we do in the service that we offer, right? In a way that brings value. So she wanted to tip me again, and I said, listen, it's my pleasure. Like, you've done enough already. And I'm sure she feels terrible about having to make me come back, but it's a beautiful thing to be able to have that option to help these folks, you know, in circumstances where we can alleviate that point of worry and fretfulness. The sun is behind me. It's bright. There it is. It's good to see the sun. One of the things about Calgary that people really appreciate and love is that it is sunny so often. Sunny so often. So even in the midst of the cold, like for example, let me just flip my camera again. I don't know if you guys can see way over on the horizon there at that hill. The sun's like shining there, and it's bright. I mean, it's cold, but at least it's bright. It's not dark. When it's dark, I think people struggle more, but when they see the sun out, it's encouraging. It's like, okay, we're doing good. There's time left in the day to still do the things that we need to get done. Yeah. It can get super bright when everything is white and reflective. Oh, that too. You're totally right, Hudson. There's a thing known as snow blindness, I think it's called, when the flakes of snow can reflect the sun, and if you're looking down at the snow, you can get blinded from that. So most people usually wear polarized glasses for that purpose. Are you gonna done work early since you work early morning? Oh, great question, Abigail. Yes. However, I did take a couple of breaks, meaning I drove my sister to work earlier this morning, and then I drove her back home. So those are like chunks of time where I went off the clock, which means I can extend my day a little later. So I'm anticipating I might work today till maybe around 4 o'clock-ish this afternoon. Currently it is almost 11 o'clock. So I think I'll work till about 4 o'clock today, and then take a few hours and maybe sleep, and then maybe catch the nighttime merry-goers, and then I might start maybe around 10 o'clock in the evening, 11 maybe. We'll see. I also want to get some video editing done, so I'm trying to like take a bunch of these videos that I'm able to like the live streams here, and I use a program to chop them up into smaller shorts that I then can share with all y'all. And so I've been doing that quite a bit lately, and I just need to devote some time to getting that all sorted out and edited, and all the things, you know, the write-up, the description, all squared up. So I've tried to do that for a whole day at a time, and it's a fairly ambitious upload schedule that I have, where I'm trying to do like an upload of those shorts per hour, which is, yeah, very ambitious, but it's one that I want to kind of work into my time. So yeah, things are busy. Things are busy, but busy in a way that I really appreciate. Would you look at that sky, friends? Like, look at how blue that sky is. It's so great and gorgeous. Oh, I love it. It's so good. Someone was mentioning earlier that, yeah, I remember it was Robin from Texas, I believe, was mentioning how they wouldn't feel comfortable driving, you know, on these roads here at any high speeds. You know, it's helping them understand how you get to have an eye for the condition of the road. So this road right here, it's kind of wet, but it's warmer. It's not icy is what I'm trying to say. It's moist, but it's not icy. And it's not too slippery, so there's still a good traction on this road, which facilitates the ability to drive at a faster speed. But then there's some areas you'll notice when you drive off onto the side roads where it starts to get a bit more icy. I was just on the side streets, especially the ice is underneath, and then there's like sludgy snow on top of it, so that gets pretty hairy, so you're a lot more cautious that way. I just turned the camera to me so that you guys don't see where I'm driving and where I'm picking up my rider, because that's part of the privacy I want to ensure I'm safeguarding when I do the live streaming. So usually when I pull up to a place or when I drop a person off, I try to flip the camera so you don't see where I'm dropping them off, and yeah, they can maintain their anonymity and their privacy as well. But we're just a minute away from this ride, and this ride is just a Rex. Yeah, that's fine. I forget how long this ride is. After this one here, we have one more that's scheduled at noon, and then after that, I don't think we have any more reservations to attend to for the day. So it'll just be basically whoever summons me in the vicinity, they're the ones that I get to serve. Alright, we're just pulling up to this location here now. I'm watching the map very carefully sometimes because knowing where to turn, it's very intricate. Like, is it the first one or the second one, which are very close to each other, and so I have to watch those dynamics extremely carefully. And then when you get to this point, you look at the house numbers, and I rarely ever see the house number, again, just because I want to protect their privacy, but I'm watching for those dynamics. And I think the one I'm looking for is right over here with this open door. Cool. And I can watch when they come out, because one of the things you guys probably know if you know what I do for my service is I enjoy grabbing the door for my rider and helping them in. It seems like you know the city well. Don't see you looking at the map. Yeah, I know the areas fairly well. One second, I'll be right back.
Oh, they've been working hard cleaning.
Hello, Aurora.
No, I am Val.
Val.
Aurora's in Hawaii.
Oh my goodness, she's the one who's hopefully getting you to Hawaii?
No, I'm just going home to Red Deer.
Okay.
Just taking the bus.
I see. Money.
It's too long a flight for me anymore to go to Hawaii.
Oh, I see.
But I've done it all, so.
So you've been there, done that. By the way, I'm going to tell you my name in a moment, but before I do, Val, I just wanted you to know at the outset, I like to do an unusual thing in my Uber. I like to live stream or share my experiences on the internet. So
No.
I know. I'm telling you that at the outset so I can get your consent. If you're uncomfortable, I'm going to turn it off.
No.
Absolutely. Let me turn it off. Just so you're... That's why I like to have
No,
consent.
thank you.
Absolutely, darling. I'm going to turn it off. Friends, I'm going to see you guys on the flip side. I'll see you on the next ride. Talk to you soon. the way I've told my